Oh, okay. So, my name is Loki, and I am the women coordinator for the MEEI Women Network. Now, the MEEI program stands for Mindshift Empowerment and Employment Initiative. And it's a global platform that's focused on empowering entrepreneurs, innovators, and leaders to drive positive social and economic change. That's what the MEEI program is about. Okay. For those of you who might never have heard of the program before, that's what we're doing. And under the MEEI program, we have the MEEI Women Empowerment Program. Okay. Now, this particular program covers every activities that has to do with women empowerment, and it is solely dedicated to supporting and uplifting women in the business, right? So we offer mentorship, training, and networking opportunities tailored specifically to women entrepreneurs. And it is under that umbrella we are holding this conversation here right now, okay? Because we want to empower women in different areas of business. And as you well know, today is going to be a very, very special conversation because we are talking about a very, very crucial topic, right? One that's not so popular, and that is simply navigating export markets and international trade, right? So that's it. So like I said, I won't go further, and I'd like to meet every person on this call. So if you do not mind, we'd love to meet you. We'd love to know you. So kindly unmute yourself and tell us about yourself. Just tell us your name, where you're listening or what you're from, your occupation, and what your expectations are from this webinar. So I don't know who'd like to go first. You can't tell if your next business partner is here, so don't keep quiet. Let's meet you. Yeah, just go ahead and speak, except you want me to call names. Okay, Beton hands are raised. Please go ahead, Beton. Let's meet you.
All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me? My
Yes.
name is Dayton Abiolanio, and I am the founder and CEO of Thistleberry Food Company Limited. Thistleberry Food Co. is a food processing company that is based in Abuja, Nigeria. So I'm speaking from Abuja, Nigeria. We process anything that is processable except human beings. So from dried vegetables to herbal teas to name it. There's nothing we don't process. And we currently serve Canada, the UK, a part of the US, and we're making incursion into some African countries right now. We also have an academy where we train and teach hands-on people that would like to either set up their own factories or they want to learn about food processing. Okay, can I go on? I think that's
Yes, please.
okay, thank you. So we have an academy, and our academy has an LMS. Our academy has an LMS platform, a learning model platform. So we have partnerships with some agencies of government and some other private sector, basically to just train women and youth in value addition, entrepreneurship and value addition. Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you very much.
Amazing.
Ejiro, please let me just make a few comments regarding Detun. Welcome, Detun. Detun,
Okay.
right? Detun. Am I pronouncing that right?
You pronounce it wrongly. Okay.
So that's what? Please
I think it's
pronounce
Beton.
Detun. Right? I'm so sorry.
You can call me DT. It's fine. Delta Tango is fine. DT is fine.
Amazing. All right. Thank you very much. You said you are into food processing, yeah? I currently live in Istanbul, and we have I think we might be able to work together. We have some food processing companies here that are basically some of our partners. I think last week We exported from Turkey to Dubai pasta, Indomie, what's it called? Flakes and tomato paste. Yeah.
Mm.
And as I
Mm.
speak to you now, we really don't have any in Nigeria. So we usually have webinars where we bring investors, those that want to export to African countries, every Wednesdays. So I think it would be a good platform for you to join us. Maybe next week Wednesday, I would tell Ejiro to network with you so that you can join us. Our name here will be speaking more about that. So I don't want to jump. Now, why am I coming up to share this? Please, if you're on this platform, come up live and share. There are so many people that will be coming to view, and this is currently being recorded. So please, if you have a business or you want to network, this platform is a platform for networking. You want to network. It might be specifically for women, but some men might be joining because I think we shared the Zoom link all around. So please, if you're here and you have a business, this is a platform to showcase. It's a global platform. Sometimes we have investors join us. We have contributors. We have those that want to export to Africa. So we're looking for those that we want to partner with. And DT, I think let's have a meeting after now. So thank you. Please ensure that we are seeing you. Ensure that you speak up so that we can hear you. Thank you very much. Ejiro, take over. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Daniel. And by the way, he's the founder of the new program. Okay. So yes, who would like to go next? I mean, you can see it. Door just opened for DT
But
right now because he
136
spoke.
of them.
Sorry, I
Okay.
didn't get you, DT.
Okay, so I was saying that, thank you very much for jumping in at that point. Makes a lot of sense for you to want to, yes, partner with us. Thank you very much. And I'm honored to be here.
All right.
I'd also like to add that all our products are HACCP certified. Every single one of our products is HACCP certified.
That's
And
great.
our facility is also US FDA approved.
Amazing. All right. So DT, we'll
Thank
talk
you.
more about your business and the opportunities that await you after now. Okay. And
Thank
I'm
you.
grateful you spoke up. Thank you. Okay. So is there anyone else who'd like to introduce himself or herself? Trust me, if you are in this room, you should not keep quiet. So who's going to go next? Quickly, to save time. Okay. I can see Juliet Felix Marando, John Gade. Anyone else? I'll move on. And who knows? Okay, so Namonda. Okay, you're welcome. Thank you for joining in. So I'm sure some of you might want to speak up, maybe not at this time. We'll have another opportunity for you to do so, maybe towards the end of the conversation when you have your questions and all of that. So for the sake of time, we proceed now.
Ejero, sorry.
Yes,
Ejero.
Nima.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, Nima, I can hear
Does
you.
the web have a Can you please share with me the passcode? Because some people are asking me of the passcode for the
Oh, really? Okay.
for the link.
Okay, let me get
Yeah.
that for you. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me quickly do that for Nima. All right, so Nima, I just shared with you on WhatsApp. It's on the flyer directly beside where my headshot is on the flyer. See meeting ID and passcode. Just check it out. You'll see it there. Okay. All right, Nima, please confirm to me you've seen it. I just forwarded to your WhatsApp now. Okay. So moving on, I'd like to Once again, welcome everyone for joining this call. I tell you, you're in for an amazing time, because we know that when it comes to entrepreneurship, women to a very large extent have been breaking, the limits, and one of such ways by which we seek to empower more women to, become trailblazers is to equip them with the right knowledge and the skills that they need to thrive in the entrepreneurship space. And this conversation, like I mentioned earlier, is very, very unique because when you talk about export markets, international trades, many times you find that the key players, the big players, are usually established businesses led by men. I don't know if you know of that global, female entrepreneur who is making so much impact in this space. But guess what? We have a wonderful speaker today who will be showing us the limitless opportunities that exist for African female entrepreneurs when it comes to exporting and international trade. Right. So whether you start up and you're seeking to expand your business into international markets in the nearest future, this conversation is for you. Whether you are already established business like DT, seeking to, expand her borders, this conversation is for you. And maybe you're just in between, you're not sure if you want to do this or do that. Trust me, I'm very certain that by the end of this conversation, there is something you're going to be living with. All right. So welcome once more as to gain clarity in this conversation. I've introduced my guest speaker now. I tell you, she is phenomenal, and I'll prove that to you in the next few minutes. Our guest speaker is no other person than Nima Lely. Now, Nima is from Tanzania, and she is the CEO and co-founder of Integrated Empowerment Initiatives, the Executive Director of Global Chambers Tanzania, the Vice President of African Women in Herbs, Spices, and Natural Products. She's also the member of the International Trade Center, Women International Trade Center, and Women in Manufacturing, then the G100 country chair. She is a visionary leader in economic development, international trade, manufacturing, and women's empowerment. Now, as the CEO and co-founder of Integrated Empowerment Initiatives, IEI, she drives entrepreneurship, SME growth, and capacity building programs, particularly for women and youth. Now, with over 15 years of experience in program management, I tell you, Nima is that person who advocates for youth and health empowerment. She spearheads initiatives that enhance leadership skills and improve public health outcomes across Tanzania and beyond. She is very committed to breaking the barriers that limit women's access to resources, mentorship, and markets, ensuring that they thrive in business, trade, and manufacturing. I mean, that's why she'll be here, right? I could go on and on because she is really phenomenal. But one last thing I'd say, or one last thing I'd like to tell you before I end this introduction to start. Nima's key areas of expertise are women's economic empowerment and gender equity, entrepreneurship, SME development,
I
and
can't hear you
manufacturing.
well, Jiro. You have echo.
Oh,
You're echoing.
so
We can't
sorry.
hear you well. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. What about now? Is it much better, please?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, please. At what point did you lose me? Because I've been speaking since, I don't know. Can anyone hear me, please?
Clearly.
Yeah.
Okay. At what point did you lose me? So I know where to continue from.
Angel, go ahead. I think we just have some noise at the background, your background. But if you speak loud
Okay.
enough, we should be able to hear you.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. So I was just going to round off introducing our speaker by highlighting her key areas of expertise, which are women's economic empowerment and gender equity, entrepreneurship, SME development, and manufacturing. export readiness and international trade, youth leadership and public health advocacy, sustainable development and community growth, as well as global market access and business networking. Please, can I see some emojis giving a round of applause to our amazing speaker, Nima Lely. Hello, Nima. How are you
Hi,
today?
Ejiro. I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you for
Hi.
having me. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. It's such a pleasure having you here this evening, and I'm very sure that every single person on this call cannot wait to learn from you how you've, pioneered your journey so far and how you became so successful. So this brings me to some of the questions I'll be asking you. Sorry, guys, before I proceed quickly, just a few housekeeping rules. While we have this conversation, if you have any questions, you could leave them in the chat. At the end of the webinar, we'll be attending to those questions, okay? So just stay muted, kindly stay muted while we have the interview session going on, okay? If you have any questions, leave them in the chat box. I think that's the most important role that I have for you. And as a piece of advice, you have a pen and a notebook beside you. You want to do well to pen down some very important notes, because trust me, you're going to be needing them, all right? So let's proceed. Right, so Nima, back to you. Now, I want you to talk to us about your journey to success, because as a visionary leader in women's empowerment, economic development, international trade, I mean, that's a lot, right? So could you share with us the journey of starting integrated empowerment initiatives and your role in connecting local businesses to global markets through the Global Chamber, Tanzania?
Thank you very much, Ejiro. So my journey began with a deep passion of economic development and empowering women and youth. I co-founded integrated empowerment initiatives to focus on helping women and youth in Tanzania, but it eventually grew to all over Africa, and mainly to develop their skills and resources they need to succeed in their business. At IEI, we offer different training to the youth and women. Mainly, we want to have this think global, act local, having a local perspective, but you know, having a global mindset. So we are changing the narrative that we want young generation in Africa to think exporting from the young age, and also women have been struggling to have to have the knowledge of how to export their products or access the international markets. My role as executive director at Global Chamber is to create bridge between local businesses and international markets. Through these roles, I work to ensure that women entrepreneurs, particularly those in herbs, spices, and other sectors, have access to global global trade opportunities, and empowering them to scale and grow their businesses.
Impressive. I'm very excited to hear that. And I love the fact that you mentioned that women, a lot of the times, do not have that knowledge as to how to expand their businesses, how to export, outside the walls of their countries. But you have started something amazing in Tanzania by connecting these businesses, these women entrepreneurs to, international partners. And I'm very sure that amazing testimonies are written from that experience. So just going forward from that, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced when you first started facilitating export readiness for women and youth entrepreneurs? And how did you navigate these challenges to ensure their success in international markets? Can you share with us?
Yes. So one of the biggest challenges I faced, first is overcoming the fear and reluctance from many women entrepreneurs had when it comes to entering international markets. Many of them were unsure of their ability to meet the international standards or navigate the complexes of export regulations, as there are so many, and so many women undergone sextortion in the cross-border trade. So this increased their fear, and most, as an African woman, we have always seen men being in the forefront in the export and us women being behind. So we've been having this mindset that export is for men and big companies. So we never thought that we small, medium, and enterprises can be able to export outside the countries, or with the possibility of getting, you know, of having access to the market. So by doing so, by understanding that perspective, we've been able to tailor our export readiness to meet the needs and the satisfaction to help the women and youth to be export ready. So we have a model that we are using to support the women to overcome their fear, but also to be ready for exporting. And also we are leveraging partnerships with organizations like ITC, Global Chamber. So this has been a powerful tool for us to overcome the fears as we see more opportunities coming our way. Thank you.
Great, great. So you've just affirmed the fact that what holds women back most of the time is because they are skeptical in their abilities. They're always afraid, what am I selling? What am I doing? How can I export this little business, And but here you are saying that you've been able to encourage these women, you've been able to help them see beyond their abilities. Yes, just that small thing they're selling, you can actually export it. That's the message Nima is trying to tell us here today. And I'm sure that other female entrepreneurs here who have probably never thought about exporting, no matter how good their products are, they should begin to have a rethink, because it's possible, right? You can surmount those fears. And I love the fact that you also mentioned that you train these women and then you sort of deploy partnership methods or systems to ensure that they are able to penetrate effectively into the export space. That's amazing. Well done, Nima. Okay, so my next question would be market research, because now there are you deal with different kinds of women who are in diverse businesses. So how do you identify the right international markets for the businesses you work with? That's the women-led SMEs in the herbs, spices, and natural product sector. So what strategies do you use to help them penetrate these markets effectively?
So, my answer is simple. Having programs like MEEI, what you're doing, Ejiro, MEEI, and also Global Chamber. I'm also the Vice President for African Women in Herbs and Spices. But more, it's leveraging on the networks that I have. It has yielded so much progress and support for women to access markets, how to enter different markets, the US, and knowing, it's a little bit mixed with the data driven, but at the same time, you need to have the right networks for you to access these markets and know what are their needs. So at Global Chamber, we have the tools and resources. We have people who support you to enter different markets. But also, when Dr. Daniel spoke of turnkey, and we have, programs or networks like turnkey that are doing B2B. So such networks have really helped us to enter new markets. But as you know, we have AFCFTA. That is something that is booming now in Africa. So as women first, in African women in herbs and spices and African women in export, we've been able to be trading among ourselves. So we trade among ourselves because we know as women cannot actually, trade in big containers. Not all of us are yet there. So we trade among ourselves by looking at, what is the need in, for example, in Namibia or in Nigeria, and what does Nigeria need from Tanzania, and what does Tanzania need from Nigeria or Namibia or any other country in Africa. So you find us women trading in kgs, but we trade small, and this is increasing and reducing our fear to export, and even to access larger markets like international markets. So this is the strategy that we use, leveraging in our network. Yeah.
Nice. Women supporting women. So before you say export outside the African continent, you are telling the women, let's start among ourselves as Africans. Okay, so let's say this particular country needs this as a woman. You can start from there, give them what they need, and then you get experience by starting locally, originally, and then you grow globally. Amazing. Okay. So now I know we already talked about some of your initial challenges, but let's look at the bigger picture, right? Regulatory hurdles, because we know that in Africa, to a very large extent, we do not yet have that formidable system that ensures free flow of goods and services, right? So now in your work advocating for women in trade and manufacturing, what regulatory challenges have you encountered in fostering access to global markets, and how have you supported your partners and mentees to navigate these obstacles?
Wow, the regulatory, that's a big one. So many women, and also I would say SMEs in general, navigating complexes of customs procedures, export documentation, and even requirements for certification can feel overwhelming. Yeah? And most of the biggest challenge, or the biggest hurdle that is happening until now, is National Bureau of Standards, getting that certification. Most women do not meet standards. This because we women have very small industries, and most of us, our industries are in our own home, not in a big, we don't have big manufacturing areas. So right now, how are we solving this? Is coming together in incubation, looking for areas in districts or in the regions that we are that have incubation. For example, I'll give Tanzania has SIDO. SIDO has an area where women can go and do their processing and manufacture, and also they've entered such MOU with Tanzania Bureau of Standards. But also we provide trainings. For example, through African Women in Herbs and Spices, we've been able to do training for with ASO. ASO is African organization that is dealing with standardization. So we've been women and youth can have this knowledge of overcoming these complexes for regulations. And also we give them directions on how to, where to go and what enough information. Because as women, and most of the time we lack information. So it's a one-stop, we've been like a one-stop area to provide information for those who are ready to export outside of the country or outside of the continent. Thank you.
Okay, so you sort of help women first off develop their products to the national standards before that's like you prepare them to be sure that they are ready for exports. If I got you correctly, right, Nima? Okay. So now, for example, in Nigeria, we have the Standard Organization of Nigeria, we have NAFDAC. These are regulatory bodies that ensure that all the goods that you produce are up to standard and they're good for use. And now this is just extending your question, right? So if, for example, you have a female entrepreneur in Nigeria who is just a small SME and she lacks knowledge to even know where to turn or to start, but is interested in exporting her goods, where should she turn to as regards to maybe wanting to work with you exporting goods? Because you're in Tanzania, she's in Nigeria. How exactly can she begin to reach out to you or get the kind of support that you offer?
So we're leveraging in the networks that we are having. For example, I've mentioned the African women in herbs and spices. We have African women in export. So these networks, really, it's a one-stop where you can get all these services that you need. We provide that and give you even the direction, who to see, where to go. So these are the opportunities, but also you'll be able to find trainings and mentorships that will help you to export to outside the country.
Okay, great. So all they have to do is find you or find the networks where you exist, and then they can get all the support that they need. Great.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
So
yes.
I'm sure we provide the links or the avenues or more information as to how those interested here can begin to benefit from that opportunity. So now let's talk about cultural considerations, because now we're talking about women. There are a lot of bias, like you rightly mentioned, and you are also very, you're very exposed in the international community. You know what is attainable in many countries. So now, given your leadership roles in diverse international organizations, how do cultural differences influence your approach to business operations, and what lessons have you learned about adapting to different cultural norms in global trade? Yes, Nima.
Thank you. So, you know how cultural norms, for women, is understanding and respecting cultural norms of our target market is essential in establishing trust and effective communication. For example, the way women entrepreneurs perceived in certain markets can affect their ability to engage in business. But also, we provide knowledge on different cultures, where it is very essential for any business person, not only women or youth, to learn culture of a certain country. For example, we Africans, to do business, it has to start with trust first. So for people in other countries, for them it starts with also trust, but also it goes more with what you can tax. Do you pay tax? They ask so many questions, so you have to be on time. Maybe if you're told to be in a call at 10 and you come at 11 or 10:15, you might miss the opportunity. So it is very important to understand the cultural behaviors of different countries. And through Global Chamber, I've been learning and international trade. I've been learning to adapt to different cultures that are not only understanding business etiquette, but also embracing different decision-making processes, negotiation tactics, and marketing preferences. One of the most important lessons is value of local partnership, being flexible in how to approach business in a unique market. But also, this is something that I say, when I started going to Global Chamber, I learned so many things. For example, how to sign an NDA, how it is important to have you know, MOUs. Don't just go blindly. It is important to understand what the other party, to have an understanding before going ahead with anything. So these things have been a lesson learned that I'm also streaming them down to my bringing it back to the community of women and youth that in our community that we support. Thank you.
Amazing. All right, so I'm sure those looking to venture into global markets heard that. So it's very critical that you pay attention to the culture of every country you hope to do business with. Because I mean, as a woman, you're already at a disadvantage, right? So you have to do more. You have to show up stronger than they expect and not even give them a reason to distrust you, right? That's very, very key. And I love the fact that you know, highlighted that part. And then MOUs, knowledge, very key. Before you go to the market and say, I want to be able to afford this, I want to be able to do this business with this country or wherever, understand what is obtainable. Very, very important, right? But I think it all boils down to knowledge, and I'm happy a woman is willing to teach so much to other aspiring women. And now you talked about partnerships. You've mentioned that very, very, you know, frequently since we started this conversation. So how critical are partnerships and networks in empowering women entrepreneurs to scale their businesses internationally? Because we know that yes, partnerships are important, but how critical? And could you also share how you've been able to build and nurture these networks you talked about through international organizations like the International Trade Center and Women in Manufacturing? How were you able to get into these spaces? Please share with us.
So partnerships and networks are absolutely essential for women entrepreneurs looking to scale internationally. For example, no entrepreneur can thrive in isolation. This is something that I will always talk about. You cannot work in isolation. We need to collaborate. Then collaboration starts from the local, like in your country. Then it goes to the regional collaboration. When I talk about regional, I'm talking about Africa. I'm talking about the continent. We need to collaborate. You cannot move alone. To meet the demands of the buyer, you need to collaborate. And most of I've been to so many conferences and to so many meetings and trainings, and most of the things that business people talk about is that not all, but most of the business people are selfish. They don't want to share. They want to keep, they think they can satisfy a customer by doing so. So sometimes they bring even a problem to a certain country by they can send a good that is not in a quality way, and that country can be banned to send products to the certain country. So it is important first to collaborate in your own country, then go to outside your country. It also helps you to, if you're getting, for example, an order of 10 tons per month, and you cannot meet that market, you will have other people who are doing the same thing, helping you to meet that market. So collaboration is very key. And also leveraging by collaborating with these other now networks like ITC, when we talk about MEEI program is doing a great job. In different programs and networks like African Women have, Global Chamber, and so many other which are out there. They will help you to navigate. So to help you to exchange the knowledge, support one another, share the resources. These partnerships help overcome barriers like limited access to capital markets and knowledge. It is these networks that may many entrepreneurs gain confidence and resources needed to grow internationally. So you cannot go in isolation. Thank you. Back to you, Ajira.
You cannot grow, yeah, you cannot grow in isolation. If you think of exporting, the next thing that should come to your mind is who can I collaborate with, right? And you should be in spaces where you can meet the right people and the right partners and be in the meetings where these conversations are holding. So if you're here right now, you're in the right place. And I'm happy to, I'm happy you joined us right now. So now let's proceed. Let's talk about one very, very sensitive issue when it comes to exporting. Now, money. So we know that there are millions or many women who they're entrepreneurs and they probably built their business to some extent and leave it thought of exporting. Can I export this? I think I would love to export it. Now they are not afraid of exporting, they are not shy, they know they can do it. But then there comes the big question, how do I do this without money? So Nima, with your extensive experience in empowering women entrepreneurs, what advice would you give to those women seeking funding or investment to grow their businesses for the international market, knowing fully well that they need more resources, to produce more goods, right? Especially in regions like Africa, where access to finance is limited.
My advice would be start by creating documentation. So to access funds, so there's so many ways, and I'll give examples. Whenever no one can invest in you, or no one can give you even a loan if you don't have financial document. You need to document, use even bookkeeping, books to help you document your financial records. Document everything. Many women struggle separating business and personal finances. So it is important to also have bank accounts for your business. Separate your personal and your business finances. No one can give you a tender and pay you through your personal account. So you need to have a personal business account, and you need to be doing every month. Have someone come to do your auditing. You don't need, even if you're small, you don't need to employ someone full time, but you can have someone who comes even once a month to just help you put your documentation well. And another thing that I've experienced is that, through my experience, is that when you put money in your bank account, in a business account, the banks will follow you to give you loan. Yeah. So I advise to separate your personal finances, but also be investor ready. It helps you to be investor ready. It is very important to have this financial, and it will really help you to grow your business and take you to another level. So this is my advice. Have separation of your business and your personal finances, and also have financial documentation.
Thank you for sharing, Nima. So we're ready to ask our audience now, how many women here have a business account? Because it's surprising to see that many women still use personal accounts for businesses. And I tell you, if you're ever considering, exporting or going international, you will struggle because discipline starts from when your business is small, So, my fellow women entrepreneurs, how many of you have business accounts? Like Nima said, the more you put money in that business account, the more the banks are open to giving you loans. So these are very key things we should know. I really hope our audience are taking down some of the very amazing points in my sharing. And then You can also begin with tools. They're free tools. I think there's QuickBooks, tools you can just use to record your expenses every day, right? Your inflow, outflow. Just you don't need anything so special. You don't even need to have an audit. Say, just write the basics. Start from that. So, which brings me to my next question, talking about technological tools, because now we are in the digital age, and fortunately, Nima, you are an advocate for digital access and sustainable development. So now, how has technology played a pivotal role in enabling local entrepreneurs access global markets? Do you recommend for businesses looking to expand internationally, whether it's outbound finance, digital marketing, whatever it is? What do you recommend? Thank you.
So technology has been a game changer for entrepreneurs, especially in the context of reaching international market. Tools like e-commerce platform, for example, now we are having an agreement with OneZim. OneZim is a video-based e-commerce that is
Nima, are you there? I think we just lost you.
I think Nima will
lost the sound.
okay, I think Nima will come back. Probably she already explained that she was having network issue earlier. But while she comes back, Adrian, I want to quickly chip in something. You know, Nima has said
Okay.
so many things. So when she comes back, I'll just give you the way. Nema has said so many things that basically I feel if you're on this platform and you're listening to her, you can implement in your business and will go a long way. Now, she also made statement about your personal and your business account. So many of us do not know the difference between the importance of separating our personal account from business accounts. Very important. I wrote a book. Okay, Nima is back. Nima, welcome. I'll give my submission when you're done. So welcome back.
Thank you.
So sorry
Thank
about
you
your
so much.
network.
So yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm glad we are all Africans here, most of us, so they understand. So
That's right.
online marketplaces have allowed businesses to bypass geographical barriers and directly connect with customers and suppliers globally. I recommend tools like marketplaces. We have different marketplaces in each area. For example, in East Africa, we have Gigi, we have Etsy in West Africa. You know,
Okay, I think she's gone again.
and other e-commerce platforms are really important for us women entrepreneurs to learn about AI. So I know there's a generation that we are not so good into technology. So at I Integrated Empowerment Initiative, what we have done is that we have the youth that we are training, and we make this youth volunteer to support the women in business. So it is very important. We are also encouraging this youth to volunteer and support, bringing back to the community, support this our own mamas who are doing business to be known globally by using technology. So this is very important, and we have so many social media places right now. When you even apply for, they ask you for LinkedIn profile. Can you send us your social media profile? So these are things that very important. Having website is very important also for our businesses. It might seem like small things, but they mean a lot in our business. So I'd like to say that Embracing technology can also help women entrepreneurs streamline their supply chains and manage logistics more efficiently. And we have we even in tendering, when you want to apply for tender or anything, AI has come as the best solution. So it is important to also invest in learning and know what is trending, what is happening in the world. It is very, very important. Thank you.
Amazing. I couldn't agree more with you, Nima, because at least I'm aware of a few businesses who got their first international clients on social media. I mean, just, posted a review of a certified client or a customer, and then you just find someone scrolling on Instagram and they see the review of a product they've always wanted to get, even though they are not in your country. And they're like, can you send me this? I think I want to have it. It begins from little things like that. So while we look at the big picture, sometimes just being consistent or showing up in those little digital spaces, social media matters a lot. What about your website? If you want to read about you before they even come to you in person, where can they find you? Where are you in the online space? These are very key things. And of course, I know we had some little glitches on your end, but these are very, very essential tips we have dropped there, Nima. And as we wrap up this conversation, I want to ask you now. Now, you've spoken extensively about different ways go into the export market, the kind of knowledge women should have, things they should look out for. And I'm sure there are women here who before now didn't have clarity and now they do. And they are considering venturing into the international market. So what would be your advice for these women? Because from your perspective, you're a leader. You're a woman who has helped numerous women in Tanzania and beyond, gain access to international markets. What are the 3 top pieces of advice would you give to a women entrepreneur right now looking to enter the export space for the very first time? Top 3.
Prepare for export. Make sure your business is ready for international markets by ensuring you need to understand all the legal, regulatory, and logistical requirements for exporting. Even if your business is new, it is very important to start preparing when you are about to start your business or in the middle. It is very important to have all documents, because you never know, anything can happen in any time. Opportunities rise anytime. So it is very important to have. And one thing that I forgot when you asked me about the regulatory barriers that we face, most businesses are not registered. So it is important to register your business as a company. There's a lot of opportunities. Although we have a mindset thinking that if you just register a business name is enough, and you can, you cannot suffer a lot of, tax or, whatever the government is giving us. But if you want to grow, you need to register your company properly and also have someone to advise you. Know that when you're registering a company, how can you keep your shares? Don't exhaust all shares, because you never know if an investor would want to invest in your business. How will they invest if you have exhausted all your shares? Most people do put shares 50-50, and then there is no even a room for an investor to come. So first, make sure that you are prepared, you are ready for an international market, and then build strong networks. I'm telling you, where I am today, it's because of the networks that I have. Meeting Dr. Daniel, meeting you, Ejiro, and any other person in the room who knows me, it's through strong networks that I keep. So it is important to build networks that resonate with what you do. Surround yourself with network mentors. I am happy to see one of my mentors in the group today, Dede. He's here. He has been my mentor, and we've met through the strong networks, advisors. Have partners who can offer you guidance and support. Don't be too scared because you want to grow. Don't be selfish. Open up so that you can be helped. Engage with international trade organization and advocate, yourself. Go to events that resonate with you and networking areas. Invest in continuous learning. It is very important. The global market is constantly evolving. Things are changing. People are now talking about tariffs, but you can hear some of the people don't even know what is going on with the tariff war or what is going on. So keep yourself, learn, be up to date, be in trends, know what is happening in the world, know what is going on, because that's where opportunities rise. Sometimes when there is a problem, I'll give an example right now, in the tariff war that is happening, it's an opportunity for African countries, to start exporting to us. So there's an open market for us. So these things, stay in, know the cultural differences and new technologies that can help you scale your business effectively. So this is my 3 things that I will give you today, Ejiro, and the women here and men. Okay. And I would add that let's work together, men and women. It's joint custody world that we can work together, men and women, in harmony. There's no need to compete or saying about equity. It's no longer about equity or equal rights. It's about working together and, being up to date. Women, we need to step up our game and be up to date, be ready to learn. And think global, act local. Thank you.
You gave us way more than we expected, right? Beyond our expectation. Thank you, Nima. And just to highlight what you just said now, 3 things. 3 things for the benefit of those who might want to take it down. She said, make sure your business is ready for exports. Understand the necessary documentation required for you to export your products. Start from the basics, such as registering your business. As basic as that is, like you rightly said, Nima, many persons do not have registered businesses. That's very wrong. And then number 2, you said have a guide. That guide could be a mentor, could be a different advisor, someone that just tells you this is the way to go, this is what to do, this is what not to do. That's also very, very key because you're venturing into a new experience. You want to know what to do rightly and mistakes not to make. And I also mentioned building strong networks that can help you get to where you want to go, right? And that's one good thing the MEEI program is here for, to support women entrepreneurs across all sectors. Okay, and I love also that you strikingly mentioned that the trade war going on right now is an avenue for Africans to plug in, right? Plug in. I'll leave that to those who understand the code. So, Nima, it's been an amazing conversation, right? And before I let you go, finally, I want to just tell us, right? Because you are such a visionary, you are driving change when it comes to international trade for women. You are setting the standards, which is very, very, commendable. So, with your vision for empowering women and youth in global markets, where do you see integrated empowerment initiatives, that's IEI, and the women entrepreneurs you support in the next 5 years? How do you plan to expand, your reach and success in the international trade landscape? That's my final question.
Now, what I see is that we integrated empowerment initiatives have been able to support women and youth in Africa to enter different markets. When I talk about entering, I'm not talking about you having a relative in US or in UK and they are ordering products from you and you say you are exporting. I'm talking about your products being in the retail shops, being in the in the chain, in the markets of America, US, Asia. I want our products to be known, to be seen out there. to be valued, to be taken serious. We need to start having a mindset of export, and also not only exporting, but also we want to see that we are producing finished goods from Africa and exporting them. So this is what I see. I see all of us in the room here who are business women, who are youth, going to that level and creating more jobs. Telling you by 2030 we'll have 1.3 billion youth in Africa. So it is something that I want to see, that we have created a lot of jobs opportunities for our youth, and also created a market that is there to stay from Africa to the world. Thank you.
Wow, a daring vision there, but I have no doubt that you're going to pull it off because you have come this far and you're determined to make more happen. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Nima. I'm sure I have questions. I have a few persons who want to ask a question or two regarding all that we've been talking about so far. So if you're here right now, you just indicate by raising your hands and I'll call you. You have a question, you need clarification, you need to know where to turn. We've talked about building strong networks and partnerships, so you should not keep silent right now. Like I said earlier, you never know if your next partner is in this room. So just signify by raising your hand, your digital hand, and I'll call you. And while I wait for that to happen, I'll call Dr. Daniel to give us his thoughts about the conversation we've been having so far. I mean, he has championed to a very large extent bilateral trade between Nigeria and Turkey, and he understands what the international market has to offer. He understands a lot of barriers that people face. He also understands the successes that stand to gain. Okay, I can see Olushola. Okay, Dr. Daniel, are you willing to wait? Let me take the few questions I have.
Yes, please take your questions.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, Olushola's hand is raised. Olushola, can you unmute and ask your question?
Yes. Hello. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you, Nima. I joined late, but I'm grateful that whatever I caught is very enlightening. I'm writing with the speed of light here now. My business is young. It's called Stara, and I make natural body care products. And a lot of what you have said, they resonate with me, especially because it's been the last 6 months for me have been either running after, I'm a Nigerian. So the last 6 months have been either running after NAFDAC for authorization, running after US FDA, running after NEPC, that's the Exports Council. I've just been all over the place. Now, is there a minimum standard of documents that you need to be able to export, at least for a start, to African countries? And is there anybody who has been able to work with large retail companies in the US, in the UK, from Africa? And what does it entail? What are the requirements to be able to do that? Thank you very much.
All right, Nima, over to you.
Yeah. So thank you very much for your question. First, congratulations for your business, and I just want to encourage you. For Africa, there's a minimum. You need to have your NAFDAC registration for your products to go outside your country, and for the US market, and actually your products are very the market there is big because of having African American people who are living there need our products for you're doing you said you're doing
natural skincare products, Natural skincare
natural skin,
products, yes, body oils,
natural,
body butters,
yeah.
soaps.
So those the market there is very huge. So when there are people, we have people who are helping um they are helping to for you to enter the markets in the US. So there's requirements, and the requirements for entering your products the UK US, it's always there's a lot, but when you have a proper guidance, you can have. But for Africa, you can have a minimum you can have minimum standards that can help you to enter your products to any African country. So with that, I will leave my number in the chat box, and I will connect you to the networks that we are having that are supporting women like you who are growing, to help you with all the necessary mentorship for you to be able to export your products outside your country.
Thank you very much. I am grateful. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that number. Thank you very much, Nima. You've been such great help. Thank you.
Great. Congratulations. Thank you for speaking up, Lushola. And I think I want to also be one of your customers. I think I'm very interested in this very natural skin products, right? So mentioned.
Please feel free.
Yeah.
Feel free to drop your number in the chat box, and I will reach out to you.
Okay, I shall
Thank
do
you
that.
very much.
Thank you. Welcome. All right. I can see Ade Deji's hands raised. Ade, you can ask your question now.
Thank you, madam. Good evening, everyone. Madam Nima, well done. You're doing great. I don't have question. I just want to support my sister from Nigeria, Madam Olushola, that she's complaining about her documentation. She can get my number from Madam Nima. I will see way out for her documentation. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
You're
My
welcome,
day.
ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
very much.
You're welcome.
Women supporting women.
Thank you. Thank you,
Women
Madam
supporting
Adedeji,
women.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam
for
Adedeji. I'm grateful.
Thank you, G.
for that
Thank you,
support.
everybody.
Thank you. That's good.
Now everybody wants to speak. Can you imagine? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so Nima has dropped her number in the chat box. So if you want to reach out to her regarding your business or you need more clarification, please go ahead and reach out to her. And let me quickly use this medium to also mention that remember that this program was organized under the MEEI Women Network, right? And if you're not a part of that community, you want to do well to join us, because every month we hold a fireside chat like this, where we talk about different topics that cut across all sectors of business to empower women entrepreneurs. Okay, so you can reach out to me on my number to get more information on that, on how you can be a part of the women community. All right, so I cannot see any more hands raised, but please, you can also leave your questions in the chat box if you are not able to speak at the moment. And while I wait for more questions, I'll welcome Dr. Daniel Ayodele to share his thoughts with us.
Thank you
Go
very
ahead
much.
now, sir.
Thank you very much, Ejiro. You have done amazingly well tonight again. As usual, thank you for, you put Nema on a very hot seat, but I know her. She's well capable, and there's nothing that gives me joy that we are here to support each other, irrespective of the numbers. If you know me very well, you know that I'm very passionate about women. When we organized the first event in Istanbul, 2023, one of our priority was to see that some of the women were sponsored all the way from Africa, because we want to get your success stories. We want to ensure that we're working with you. We want to ensure that more light is shine on women entrepreneurs. And there's something you said that women are disadvantaged when it comes to business. I want to contradict that. In today's world, women are no longer disadvantaged. As a matter of fact, for women that know exactly what they are doing, women like Nima, Nima and I have been conversing, and Nima, as I speak to you now, she's going to be hosting one of the biggest conference in Tanzania come July. Come this July, she's going to be hosting an event in Tanzania. And when that got to my table, I was like, is she really pulling this off? Because when I even saw that the president of Tanzania will be attending that event, African Trade and Investment Conference 2025. And the theme is Tanzania Gateway to Africa's expanding markets. This is huge. And I'm like, Nima, there's so much that this can do, not just for ladies in Tanzania, but for as many ladies that care to listen, that are Africans. This is a platform that can literally bring all female entrepreneurs all over Africa. We need to be seen, we need to be shown, we need to, display what we have. One of the biggest disadvantage that I feel women have is the fact that a lot of them do not know what they are capable of. Women do not know what they are capable of. But for the little ones that really know what they are capable of, you can see what they are doing. And I have been opportune to meet some great women that are doing amazingly well in the world today. I live in Istanbul, and to the glory of God, we have hosted some amazing women. This lady from Kenya, Tabitha Karanja. I don't know if any of you know her. What she is doing in Kenya is very, very impressive. And of course, a lot of us might, if you know her very well, if you've read her story, if you've seen her, you might say, oh, how is she doing this? She's a lady, she's in Buris. She's building one of the Kenya's largest brewery production plants. And how did she start? She started very small with wine, making business in very small cup. And today she's everywhere. Everywhere you go today, you hear her. Today, she's not just producing in Kenya. She's exporting her product all over the world. All over the world. Everybody is talking about her. What about Divine? Another very powerful female entrepreneur from Zimbabwe. She's the founder of Secreto Security Service. She's into security service. And what does she do? She was the first that started security service. And if we talk about security service, a lot of women will say, oh no, I'm a lady, I want to be separate, I love soft job. But I've said it times without number, whatsoever your hand find doing, even as a lady, do them well. I'm so glad Ambassador Princess Amina just joined us. Amina, Ambassador, welcome. I'm so glad to have you. I'll just wrap up so that we can also give, she's one of the ladies that are funding businesses in Nigeria, and she's doing amazingly well too. Welcome, Madam Ambassador Amina. So glad to have you. So what am I saying? What am I saying? As a lady, you are not disadvantaged. There are so many things that you can do. There are so many ways you can start. All you need to do is be ready to start. Be ready. Nima said something, and I totally agree. A lady came to me just recently. I wanted to start a business, and after everything, she said, oh, I'm ready to do this, I'm ready to do that. And I asked her one simple question. For export, she wants to start export, and I asked her, what is the Nigeria government policy on export? She does not know. She does not know. What does it take to export product? You have this product now. What does it take to export this product? She does not know. And that is why this section is very important. As little as it might be, information that Nima has dropped here tonight, if you take them very seriously, you are going to see yourself flying in few months. And not just that she dropped the information, she has dropped a number here. We want as many of you that are serious to connect with her. Let's connect with each other. Leave your LinkedIn profile in the comment section. We're going to follow you. We want to see what you're doing. We want to ensure that we connect with each other. Your network is your net worth. Don't just think, well, I'm doing business. It could be somehow I met Nima, and today we are doing I will be in Tanzania come July. I will be there to support her and to see where we can also help more women. So please I want to beg you, never see yourself as a disadvantage. Never see yourself in the position like you are disadvantaged. No. If you don't, if your business have not been registered, register your business legally. Find the necessary support. Don't wait for opportunity to come before you start running here and there. No. Now, start asking the necessary questions. What do I do to ensure that my business go global? Registration. Register your business. You don't need to wait. I think registration with CAC is less than 55,000, or if I'm right, LC limited liability company, maybe less than 55,000 or so. Register your business. Open a bank account. Open a bank account in your business. You don't need it now, but there will be a time when you need it. And just like she said, immediately you register your business and you open a bank account, just know that a time is coming when the bank will start running after you. These are some of the things that we need to take cognizance of. Please, as many of you that you want to connect with us, please feel free. There are so many investors that are ready. In August, we are going to be hosting the food fair in Istanbul. Food fair for as many of you that are into food. Then in September, we are also going to be hosting as many of you that are into apparel, textile, fashion in Istanbul. And you know you want to come and exhibit, you want to come see the way things are run, please connect with us. Talk to Ejiro, talk to Nema. Let's see where we can make these things work. You can start local, but nothing is stopping you from going global. You can start local, but nothing should stop you from going global. You must make efforts. It's not going to be easy, but I tell you, with consistency, with that mind, things will begin to work for you. Thank you very much, Ejiro, for this. I really wish I could hear from each and every one of us. I want to hear from each and every one of us, but unfortunately, some of us will not turn on our mic to speak. But I'm glad to be here. Ejiro, please, Ambassador Princess Amina is here. She's doing amazingly well. Please also give us some time to just tell us about herself and what she's doing in Nigeria to also empower women. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Dr. Daniel. Hello, Madam Princess, Ambassador Princess Amina.
Yeah, she's
Nice
an
to meet you,
ambassador.
ma. Yes, ma. Please, just a quick word from you. Would love to meet you and get to just introduce yourself to the community. Nice to
Okay.
meet you, ma.
Thank you very much. My name is Ambassador Amina. I'm from Nigeria, and we're into a lot of things, just like what our global Daniel just said. Okay, before I say so, I would like to appreciate you for the good job you're doing. Thank you very much, and for empowering a lot of women and for giving them strength, encouraging them. It's wonderful. That's what we're doing here too. A lot of women need support, and I'm glad to be on this platform where women are supporting each other. Thank you so much. So I would like to talk about our product and our project. We are a cluster under the global cluster. We are partnering with the global cluster and the London Till Institution, Career Institution. What we do is we are a cooperative, like a foundation, NGO, and what we do, we give people grants, we support them with their business, we assist them with trainings, we also assist them to move from level to level, just like what you're doing. If they have businesses, they come to us. We also get resource persons to help them, to tell them how to manage their money and their business. So these are part of what we do. Our cooperative is also into housing for the members. We're also into housing. We're also into real estate. Agric. I'm trying to say agric. We're also into agric, and we have some of our members that have farms, and we support them with seed and chemical. So that's what we're doing. Right now, we have a program because it's a cooperative community, and most of them need support. So we came up with a program called the GQR, where we support them with finances, little finances to start with, and gradually as it moves up, they get something more. They get something more, and they use it to assist themselves. It's actually a poverty eradication program in Nigeria and Africa, and even beyond. So we are trying to see how a lot of people will come in, support us, and we don't just want only you to come in. We want when you come in, you invite 4 of your friends to come in to support this program we are doing. And we are doing donation. The donation we are doing is just a token of 6,000 naira or $5, And with that, we're able to reach the orphanage. We're able to reach the women in need. We're able to reach people in need. We're able to help a lot of people as it is. So that is what we are doing for now. And I would like to invite you to join, you and the other members to join this program to support eradication of poverty in Africa. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. Such a pleasure having you join today this evening. And I'm hoping that for as many persons who have heard what you've said would okay, oh, it's gone off. So if you're interested in being a part of the global cluster, you can also reach out to Ambassador Amina. Ma, you can do well to leave the link of the organization in the chat or the number as well, so people can reach out to you in case they are willing to be a part of the local cluster. And I think I can see Ghania's hands raised. That will be the last question will be taken, please, for the sake of time. Okay, so Ghania, please can you unmute and ask your question?
All right, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening. Are you hearing me?
Go ahead, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, we can hear you, Ghania. Go ahead.
All right, fine. Actually, I don't have question presently, but I'm using this medium to appreciate the organizer for this huge opportunity given to the participants. And I will appreciate if Madam Hamina, she's having something close to that in Nigeria, because I'm in Nigeria, a CEO of Healthy Nourishment Enterprise Limited. I'm into natural spices and natural drinks. So the program she's trying to organize that is encouraging us to latch on, you should try to send the details to us so that we can also see the way we can be helped in the program and can also help. When you support others, you can also get support, definitely. I would definitely reach out to Madam Nima for other details that we need. Thank you so much. Do appreciate. Have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ghania. Thank you so much. Okay, so I think at this point, all our amazing speakers deserve a round of applause, from Nima to Dr. Daniel. Please, I want to see emojis flying in the chat box. Like, I want to see the comments. Thank you for such an insightful session. Thank you. Yes, keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Yes.
It is not possible at my level to write something.
Sorry, someone's speaking. Someone saying something.
Yes, hello.
Hi, Stephanie, is that you?
Yes, it is not possible at my level to write something on the chat.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. It's okay.
I was trying to write, so I couldn't have write. Chat disabled.
Okay. Oh, the chat is disabled. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry.
So we do appreciate.
It will be sorted out right now. Please. So sorry about that. Please go ahead and try now. Try now. Just give us those lovely comments. Yes. Nice words, nice comments. Encourage our speaker, Nima. Yes, go ahead. And while that is happening, I want to also thank every single participant for joining this call today. Your presence made this webinar very interesting, and we cannot wait to host you again because we know that you're eager to learn and we're also eager to provide the knowledge that you seek. And don't forget to go through our website, meeprogram.com, to read more about us. And like I also mentioned earlier, if you want to be a part of our women community where we plan all of these things that you see, please do well to reach out. I bet you it's going to be a life-changing experience for you and for every single person on this call, to not just go back hearing words only, go back deciding to implement all that you have learned today so you can move your business from where it is right now to the next level. And finally, I want to also appreciate Nima for making our time to be here today. Thank you for sharing so much valuable insights. Thank you for encouraging women to see beyond, their local countries and all that they produce there, but rather to see beyond, of their imagination, see beyond what they thought was possible, and go out there and dare to be more and do more, because we have done it. Therefore, we can also do it. On that note, thank you for joining, everyone. I hope to see you again next month. There will be another webinar. Watch out. Do well to join us and participate. Thank you, Dr. Daniel, for the amazing opportunity. And I will see each one of you again next month. Have a lovely evening. Goodbye, everyone.
Everyone, good
Everyone,
evening.
unmute your mic and say thank you to Nima. Everyone, unmute your mic.
Thank you,
Thank you to
Nima.
Thank you, Nima.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Nima.
Thank you.
Nima.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Dr. Dan.
Thank you.
For the great presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Daniel.
Thank you. DT,
Thank
I
you,
will
Thank
tell
Dr.
you,
Daniel. Thank you, H2O.
Madam Nima.
Thank you.
Dr.
DT, I will
Thank
Daniel,
tell
we
you so
appreciate
much,
you.
Dr.
everybody.
Chimola.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll talk
Thank you.
later by God's grace. Thank you for
Thank
this
you.
great
Thank you.
opportunity.
All right.
We do appreciate